Chancellor, Shri Ambassador Kamal Sibalji, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Santishri Dhulupudi Pandit, Excellencies, dignitaries, ladies, gentlemen, students. Namaskar, Havari, good morning. It is a matter of great pride for us to confer the honorary doctorate on President Samia Suluhu Hassan today from the Jawaharlal Nehru University. I take particular satisfaction in this as an alumnus of this university. Honorable President is no stranger to India and has personally experienced the capabilities of Indian institutions. Though it is our first chance to welcome her as the President of Tanzania, we greet her as an old friend. By honoring her with an educational conferment, we not only recognize her long association with India, but highlight this particular aspect of our relationship. Education and capacity building are important facets of our bilateral ties. Over 5,000 Tanzanian nationals have been trained in educational institutions in India under our iTech program. India also plays host to several Tanzanian students who study in India, and in our universities, young minds brim with confidence as they shape India's future through their startups, inventions, and innovations. They carry a profound sense of responsibility and duty towards our collective future, and I'm sure that their Tanzanian fellow students certainly benefit from that. Taking this link further from our side, Tanzania is, as you have all heard, the preferred destination to set up the first overseas campus of the Indian Institute of Technology in Zanzibar. Classes for the first batch are scheduled to begin this month. The institution has the potential to become the premier center for technical education for the entire African continent. It is symbolic of our cooperation with the Global South, and I deem it a personal privilege to have been present in Zanzibar at its inauguration. As I noted, the first cohort of, I believe, 70 students has been finalized, and it actually reminds me of my own years in JNU because these years were the inception years of this university. Providing a voice for the Global South has been the overriding concern of our G20 presidency. And again, you're all familiar that we consulted with 125 countries at the Voice of the Global South Summit to ensure that the G20 addresses the fundamental issues of the developing world. The inclusion of the African Union into the G20 as a full member was one of the highest successes of our presidency. But I would like to take this occasion to underline that the rise of Africa is, we believe, central to global rebalancing. Our support for that process is therefore unstinted. Most of our embassies, I should share with you, most of our embassies that we have opened in the last decade are in that continent. I should also add that the visit by the Honorable President Samia Suluhu Hassan is the first visit from Africa after the inclusion of the AU into the G20, and we recognize that significance as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, India and Tanzania enjoy traditionally close and friendly relations marked by sound political understanding, regular high-level visits, diversified economic engagement, and strong people-to-people contacts. Our trade relations with Tanzania date back several centuries when traders from the western coast of India first traveled to East Africa along the maritime route for trade and commerce. In fact, yesterday, when the Honorable President met Prime Minister Modi, this was the connect between our western coastline, the state of Gujarat, and Zanzibar in particular, I think was very much the subject of conversation. Economic ties between our two countries have always been a strong pillar. I'm happy to inform that despite the global disruption and challenges posed by the pandemic, our bilateral trade has witnessed strong growth from both sides and today stands at close to $6 billion. With India already as the fifth largest economy, the Indian government is vigorously pursuing sweeping reforms aimed at ensuring inclusive growth. India has grown as an economic powerhouse, and this offers opportunities to businessmen from Tanzania to be part of our growth story. While India is one of the fastest growing economies of the world, Tanzania has also displayed impressive economic performance. This offers enormous opportunities for further cooperation and convergence between the two countries, and I should say we are really limited only by our ambition. Our engagement with Tanzania, indeed with all of Africa, continues to be guided by the 10 principles enumerated by Prime Minister Modi in July 2018. In essence, it is cooperation based on our partners' priority. In the contemporary era, the center of gravity is now moving towards the Indo-Pacific, and that also encompasses the east coast of Africa. Guided by our Saga policy, we engage Tanzania as a littoral neighbor. Our cooperation can make a notable contribution to maintaining peace, prosperity, and security, and ensure secure, free, and open shipping lanes in the Indian Ocean. So, friends, real partnerships are driven by exchanges of experience which identify and constantly refresh collaborative opportunities. Those who are a living bridge in this regard hold a particular value for our ties. In the person of the Honorable President Samia Suluhu Hassan, we have today amidst us exactly such an inspiration. This conferment, I'm very confident, is a message that relations between our two countries will continue to further grow and prosper in the times to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your wisdom on bilateral relations of India and Republic of Tanzania, and also for your experience with us today. Thank you so much, sir. We have now reached the momentous part of our ceremony, the conferment of the honoris causa upon our highly revered, esteemed guest, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, the first woman president of the United Republic of Tanzania. Now I invite the first women vice chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University, Professor Pandit, for the conferment ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University, it is my privilege to confer the honorary doctorate, honoris causa, on Her Excellency, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan. From now, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, for Indo-Tanzanian relations and India-Africa relations, and for Nari Shakti.